name is MERWIN Mascarenhas, lecturer in management, MERWIN College, Hampankatta. In today's video, I'm going to explain about the concept stress. So stress means something, a kind of pressure. So we are going to understand about this particular topic. So stress is a feeling of emotional and physical tension. It is a state where we are forced from all the sides. We cannot do anything. It is something like we have some frozen. We cannot do any activities. If we are doing some activities also, with a great difficulties we are doing the activities. There's one kind of pressure, one kind of external force. That force will make us, sometimes it is positive stress, and in that case that force will make us to do more work. Whereas in most of the situation, it is a feeling which will prevent us from our regular activities. So we are going to consider the concept of stress. So it says stress is a feeling of emotional and physical tension. So it is related to our emotions, and it is related to a mental issue. It is a mental state where we are feeling stressed, we are tensed. So this stress will affect us physically as well as mentally. So it can come from any event, so from any of the situations, any of the things, whatever it will take place. So from that, this stress may come into existence. So it may be from any of the events, or through some of the situations which will make us feel frustrated. Various other things may be considered. So we are frustrated, we cannot perform our task, will become angry, then we are nervous, like we know everything but we don't know everything. So that kind of situation will come because of stress. So stress is something, it is our body's reaction for the challenges or demand. When we have to perform some task, when we are facing some challenge, so this challenge we have to face, and when everything is messed up, when everything is bundled together, then the concept of stress will come into picture. So stress can be positive, stress can be negative also. So sometimes this stress will help us to complete our deadlines. Like for example, tomorrow is the deadline to submit the assignment. So we'll make more efforts. We will do all our possible actions so that we will complete the assignment within the given time. So many of the times stress also will help us to complete our task, but not every time. So it may occur because of various situations, maybe the different factors, different issues. It may be related to the environment, our surrounding, it may be our own health, our own body, and sometimes no other external factors will be there. Everything is internal, that is like mental issues, our thoughts, our thinkings. So all these different issues, maybe the environment, maybe our work, our health or our body, or the things whatever we will think. So these may lead to one kind of tension, and this tension itself is called as stress. So next thing, we are going to understand the different causes of stress. So in this video, we are going to cover various types of various causes which will lead into stress. So we may consider various types of stress. It may be acute stress for a short term, it may be a chronic stress for a long term, it may be physical stress, or it may be mental stress. So various stresses are there, and all these stress will cause because of these reasons. These are the causes. So first one is work related issues. Normally the biggest cause for most of our kind of stress is work related issue. Sometimes we have to complete our deadline, sometimes we are getting some kind of work which are little bit more than our capacity, the work whatever they have assigned. So we have to learn, and we have to perform the task. So whatever works are assigned to us, this will lead into stress. So that is the first type, work related stress. Then unemployment, similarly we can definitely we can understand. So when we are facing unemployment, when a person is facing unemployment, definitely he is stressed. So how to get the job, like we are applying he is applying for various job opportunities, but still he is not getting, then he will be worried about that. Then if he do not have proper job, no employment, in the sense he will not have enough amount of money in his pocket, so he cannot spend for his daily needs. So again that will lead into stress. So one of the root cause is unemployment means a person who is willing to do the job is not having he willing to do a job, and is not having any job. He is educated, he is having all the capacity, but still he is not getting a job. So this situation, this state is called as unemployment. Next is health issue. Many of the times the simple health issues also will lead into huge kind of stress. Maybe one person is having reoccurred or regular cold or fever, or some kind of physical ill health, or some kind of ill health which is reoccurring. So these also will lead into stress many of the times. So you are trying to cure that particular issue, but it is not curing. You are taking the medicine, even after that also it is reoccurring, then this will lead into stress. Like either to find the solution, or sometimes it is like what are the way to consider the what are the ways to consider the solution. So these also will be considered under the health issue. So health issue itself will lead into stress. Then work pressure, already I told it under the first point. So work issues, like some kind of task given to us, this will lead into stress. Sometimes pressure, so we are not completing the task given to us, the tasks will build up, the things will become more and more, like we have to complete two tasks, one task is kept pending, then tomorrow again two more tasks will come, in the sense you have to complete two more tasks, in the sense it is three tasks. So like this pressure will begin, work related pressure. So these are some of the causes. Next, it is lack of support. So many of the times we are not getting enough support. It may be from the subordinates, or it may be from our boss, or it may be from the people who are above us, our seniors, or our the people who are ruling us, or the people who are assigning the jobs to us. So they are not giving proper support. Our subordinates who are under us, our colleagues, so these will not give enough they will not give enough support to us. This will lead into a kind of stress. Then it is the accidents, sudden situations. Yeah, so there's one situation which I have not expected, and suddenly I have to face it. So this will lead into a kind of stress. So stress may this is a kind of stress which will happen because of a sudden event, or because of an accident which I have not expected. So that is a kind of thing. Next comes emotional or poor mental health. Many of the people will not maintain their health properly. So this also will cause into various kind of stress. Like it may be like as I told, it may be physical health or mental health. Mental health in the sense like how our body need a rest, our mind also need a rest, also need some rest. So towards that we have to think, and we have to properly balance our issues. So if we are not balancing the things, then the issues will come. Emotional health will affect, our emotional qualities will reduce, or then our mental health also will reduce. So this will result into stress. Next one is financial commitments. As a human being, every one of us will have financial commitments, financial deadlines will be there. Like as soon as we will get the salary, some like a person as a worker, he is getting the salary, some amount will go for his EMIs, some amount will go for his daily expenses, some amounts will go for various kinds of bills, telephone bills, or any kind of other bills also. So these things these things are our financial commitments. So we have to meet the financial commitment. So that's why always that kind of stress will be there. So salary is delayed, all these people will ask the money, or we will start thinking how to meet these expenses. So these also will lead into stress many of the times. So financial commitments, we may have different types of financial issues, and those things will come into picture here. Then working condition is a kind of thing where like the our environment will become a cause for the stress. Like how our working environment is, whether the people are cooperative, whether the facilities given there are satisfactory, or it is like we are facing any difficulties. So these difficulties or issues also many of the times will result into stress. Then long working hours, we used to tell office job means it is 9 to 5 hour job, but it is not so in many of the cases. Sometimes some task is to be completed and people will continue working. Sometimes it is a kind of issues where people will take the work to their home and there they will do the work. So more than expected time period when we are working, automatically the stress will build up. So these are the various issues, like it may be related to work related issues, sudden accident, it may be the conflicts related to job, the working condition issues, or financial issues, delays in the salary. So all these are various causes which will lead into various